Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Dr. Wajid Chabir with another interesting case on ECG interpretation. In today's video, we will discuss an ECG presentation which is although less frequent but it is usually missed when the patient presents with such pattern in ER. This is our case for today. This ECG is of a 39-year-old gentleman who was chronic smoker and presented to emergency department with typical chest pain of 1 hour duration. Before starting the discussion on this ECG, as always, pause your videos, note down the findings and diagnosis with yourself so that at the end of the video you can compare your findings and diagnosis with the discussion done in this video. Now starting with the discussion, as you know, the first thing which we look at on an ECG is rhythm. For rhythm, we look at rhythm strip, that is a long lead at the bottom of the ECG. Here you can see that there are prominent P waves which before QRS complexes. So we can say that this is a sinus rhythm. Next is heart rate. For heart rate, we will select a QRS complex which lies on broad vertical line. And between this QRS complex and next QRS complex, we will calculate large boxes as 300, 150, 100, 75, 60, and 50. The heart rate lies between 50 and 60 and it is around 55 to 56 beats per minute. After the heart rate, next is axis. For axis, as you know, we look at the direction of QRS complexes in lead 1 and lead AVF. You can see that in lead 1 the QRS is directed upwards while in lead AVF it is mainly directed downwards. So this is a left axis deviation. Next, when we look at the chest leads, we can find a very prominent thing which is ST depressions in lead V2, lead V3, lead V4 and even in lead V5. Also you can see that there is a prominent R wave in lead V2. Normally you do not find a very prominent R wave in lead V1 or lead V2. But here we have a prominent R wave along with ST depressions in lead V2. When we look at the RS ratio, that is the ratio between the amplitude of R wave and the amplitude of S wave, it is more than 1 because there is a prominent R wave in lead V2. So whenever you find prominent ST depressions in lead V1 to V3 along with tall R waves in these right-sided chest leads, also when you have an RS ratio of more than 1 in lead V2 along with ST depressions in a patient who has typical chest pain, you must always suspect posterior wall MI. The isolated posterior wall MI is less common with an incidence of 3 to 11%. But patient presenting with these type of ECG changes should be suspected for having posterior wall MI because it is an indication for urgent revascularization. Along with these findings, you can also find that there is slight about 1 millimeter ST elevation in lead 3 and lead AVF. So there is possibly an involving inferior wall MI as well. So this is basically inferior posterior wall MI. So the take home message from this case is that posterior wall MI is an important entity and it must be diagnosed as early as possible in patients presenting with chest pain in emergency department, and patient should be referred for urgent revascularization to cath lab. Hopefully you liked the video. For more videos kindly subscribe to our channel and stay tuned. Allah Hafiz and take care till next time.